Hi. Hi everyone. So today you are joining with us for another episode of Big Stories and Things. Today we are in a place which has grabbed so much of attention about a beach which is a little bit polluted. So we are going to talk about how to clean up the beaches and to make it a beautiful place. Today we are with a person who is helping this nature, Mr. Jerome Fernando.
Hi Nipun.
Hi.
How's your day today? Good?
All good.
All
so
right.
how about you? What are you
I'm
doing
very
these
good.
days?
As you see, it's early morning, and this is our passion. We get onto the beach every morning. This is a part of our life.
That's great. So I think you're doing a great service
Yeah,
to the
thanks,
entire nation. So tell us about what made you think of doing this and what is all about your forum, or else about your, is this an organization?
Yeah. So this is a foundation and organization. It's a non-profit organization. It's Clean Ocean Force Lanka, a non-profit organization which was started 2 years ago. So right now, what we do is we clean beaches on a daily basis. So we have stepped into some of the most polluted beaches in the western province of Sri Lanka, and we initiated a sustainable program of protecting beaches on a daily basis. So that's what Clean Ocean Force is doing on more of a conceptual wise,
All right, great. So it's a really nice thing that you're doing for the nation, as I mentioned in the beginning. So tell us about your personal life. So about from where you come from, what about your personal background?
Okay, so you already know my name. So I'm Jerome
Yes.
Fernando. So I'm a product of St. Joseph's College. Since my small days, I've been a marketer since my childhood. I love to sell things. I love to market things. I love to do things of the extraordinary. I love to get into deep waters. When people say that this is impossible, this is where I like to start up something. So I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've been in the corporate sector on a more executive director levels, and then I moved out into the business sector, where I followed my dreams of achieving my entrepreneurial journey. So right now we do on my career wise, we do a lot of exports from Sri Lanka and from the rest of the world into Europe. So this is what I do right now, and basically Jerome Fernando is a character who loves to initiate things and take challenges. So that's
so
me.
basically you hunt down the impossible things.
Exactly.
So
You got that right.
you like to do the impossible things that people say that this is very impossible to do. So
Got
you
that
are
right.
a person like that.
Yep.
That's really nice of you. Okay, so Mr. Jerome, just tell me, like you told me about how this, what you're doing for the beaches and about your life. But just tell me, what made you think of doing such thing like this, and how this all, the Clean Ocean Force, started up? When?
Yes, Nipun. So that's a really good question, because personally, I've always been a beach lover from childhood. I love to have strolls on the beach and play with my friends on the beach. Even now, I love to have my walks on the beach. So I mean, that's me. So a couple of years back, I have a partner from Germany. His name is Thorsten Connectis. We have been partners for like 18 odd years now. We are more family now. So he too is a beach enthusiast. He loves beaches. So whenever that, he used to come to Sri Lanka like 3-4 times a year. So every time we go on the beach, we look at the beauty of the beach, the oceans, we talk about it. But then about 2 to 3 years back, when he was here with me on a mission, we were just walking on the beach, and we were just kicking plastics every step that we took on the beach. So we were just talking to ourselves and asked each other, is this what a beach should look like?
Exactly.
Obviously not. So then we decided, okay, today is a day that we turn a new leaf and we initiate something for the sake of the Mother Earth. You know, we have taken much from her. It's time to give her back.
Yeah,
right?
Really
so that is the place that we initiated. Okay, we need to have a mechanism running to clean beaches. Hence, this is where Clean Ocean Force was born 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, formally it was born, but of course we have been doing so much of projects beach related.
So Mr. Jerome, you mentioned so many things, but I think it's kind of unique. And just wanted to ask you one thing. What is the main uniqueness of the work that you do? And another one, why do you call, this work unique? What's the uniqueness of it?
Okay, so it's a very good question, because what is unique about our work is we launched a daily cleanup operation. So I mean, you would have seen people doing beach cleanups, which is very good, but we realized that a beach needs the same attention that you give back at home.
Yeah, because just to interrupt you, like some of the people, have beach cleanup day, but
Yeah.
it's just for one day.
Yeah.
But they don't continue it.
Exactly.
But you all continue it.
Exactly. So beach cleanup days are actually good. We get people to do that. We convince people to do it because it's a corporate initiative or personal initiative, but it is not sustainable because they do it and they forget it for the next 6 months or so. But what beaches need is the same attention that you and I give back at home, because you and I, we clean our gardens almost every day. We clean our homes every day. So the beaches need the same attention, a daily cleanup and sustainability. Because what you should understand is that the trash that comes through the rivers of Sri Lanka into the oceans come back into the beaches with the waves, and that's how beaches get polluted, right? So unless otherwise we clean it daily and take it out, the waves take it back into the ocean, and then we do not know what happens. Then it connects the marine ecosystem, and the whole thing goes haywire, and then the oceans get polluted, the ecosystems get polluted. So the uniqueness of Clean Ocean Force is we have a daily operation going on every day for 4 hours in the morning for the last 2 years, even through the crux of COVID. Every day, even through lockdowns, every day we were Clean Ocean Force, the whole force was at work. So that's a uniqueness.
One thing that I want to add to your conversation that you mentioned, we can see not only from the rivers, take a close look, these.
Yeah.
And also, which is behind you.
Yeah.
All those things, I don't think these are from the rivers.
Okay. So
What do you have to think?
okay, so there are two stories to it. Now, some beaches people come and party, and they are very bold enough to leave whatever they bring on the beach, which is very bad.
Yeah.
Because if you can bring it to a place, you should take it back
Exactly.
and dispose it in the right way. But this certain beach, these are all bottles that came from the ocean.
Is that so?
Yeah. All because this beach people do not come to
Party
socialize or party, because this beach was known to be one of the most polluted beaches in the Western Province. If you had visited this beach like 6 months ago, you wouldn't even had the opportunity of walking here because it was all plastics. And from this beach alone, we clean about a good 30,000 PET bottles a month. Only PET bottles. Then we collect used beverage cans, then the glass bottles. So it's massive. So all this trash you see here are coming from the ocean. And if you see at far on the extreme corner, that is the river mouth of the Kalani River.
Wow.
So this is the place that the Kalani River falls onto the Indian Ocean.
Okay.
So all the trash that comes from the central hills comes to the Indian Ocean from here. And what happens through the waves, through the currents of the ocean, it just comes into the beaches once
And
again.
it
Circulate. So half of it ends up here, and the rest ends up on the right side of it, which is the Ussara and the Pritipura corner. So this is the sad truth about when we dispose our trash irresponsibly somewhere. It comes through the canals, it comes through the drains, it comes through the rivers, and it ends up on the ocean. So that's a sad truth.
So for how long have you been doing this project in this area?
Yeah. So it's a 500-meter stretch right up to that corner. We call it the Navy Camp corner because there's a Navy camp over there.
Which is
on the right side.
All right.
And it's right up to the edge of the Kalni River, river mouth. So we started 18 months ago, officially, formally. So this is a place that we launched a project on 1st of July on 2020. And since that day, on a daily basis, we have been cleaning this beach. So still, it's polluted.
Still it's polluted because
but now this is actually
the plastic.
Yeah,
and the
Nipun,
PET
this is
bottles.
actually a good day that you have come, you know. But if you come just after a rainy day, you will find like a nightmare over here. So that's
a daily basis. You're getting all those trash bottles and everything. Your daily basis.
On a daily basis. On a daily basis.
Because of the waves.
Because of the waves, yeah. So now the sea, if you see, is very calm. But during the rainy time, the seas become very rough because the waters come gushing through the river into the Indian Ocean, and then the waves bring it back. So that's the reality.
That's really sad, though, actually.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mrs. Jerome, so the next question is that I have: how do you do it daily basis?
Yeah. Now this
Managing
is
people.
I know. So this is another challenge that we had when I initiated it as a concept. It was easy to conceptualize things and say, okay, I will do this. But on reality, you know,
it's really hard.
I was in two minds. How do I do it? But like I said, you know, I always love challenges. So I thought, okay, nothing is different. When people say, sorry, Jerome, you know, this is not possible, I said, no, I will do this. So what we did was, I mean, if you see at far, we have, you can see those people with the blue color caps and tabards.
All right.
Right. And of course, you see some volunteers that has come today to clean the beach for Clean Ocean Force. So so these guys are the guardians of these beaches. They come every morning at 6:30 and they work till about 10:30 every day. Right now, these guys are living in the area. These are from the community, and these are the underprivileged, low-income communities living around. Right? To be very specific, they come under the Samurdhi beneficiaries category. So what we do is we pay these guys on a monthly basis an incentive, which we have to fund from ourselves for the love of the beaches, and then they report to work every day at 6:30 in the morning. And they work for about 3 to 4 hours, voluntary work, which we reward them at the end of the
And
month.
also another small thing. So as you mentioned that they are reporting to work every day at 6 in the morning. So is there any a method of tracking them? Is something, do you have, because as they are all volunteers, so do you have any method of tracking or else taking care of them?
So this is where my unique mechanism comes in.
Yes.
So Clean Ocean Force not only started the Daily Beach Cleanup Sustainable Program, we also initiated for the first time a private public enterprise system. So although we drive and we fund the whole project right now, we tied up with the governmental institutions, very importantly, to get involved in this project with us, because we need their logistical support, because our resources are limited. So this is where Sri Lanka Police Environmental Division came in, right, directly under the Director of Environment. So they got incorporated into our project. So they inspect all our beaches every morning or every afternoon, whichever, and they have a log of all the workers who came to work. So that's a unique mechanism we run.
That's really nice.
Because we can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
So I always believe in teamwork. And I always believe not to blame the governments or authorities or people, but to make an initiative and do something unique. So we do initiatives and we try to join hands and then carry this forward with the governmental authorities who are supporting us really well. So that's how it's monitored.
Yes. And also the next question I would like to ask, just mention about your team mainly. How many members are there and how do you gather people to your team?
Okay, so as you know, it's a non-profit organization. It's all voluntary based. So we always invite people from the corporates, from the environmentalists, environment activists, environmental lovers, beach enthusiasts, teenagers, the youth, to join our force. So as a matter of fact, we have a good youth force right now running. So the youth force, they drive different projects for Clean Ocean Force, community projects for us. And then we have also whom we call the mothers of the nation. In Sinhala we call them Diriye Matao. So we have that kind of a project also going, being driven on a side. It's a community-based project to uphold the mothers of the nation who are involved in this project. So they do an awesome job in the Negombo area right now. So we have a lot of mechanisms running. Maybe we can touch base on it with your next program.
Sure.
So we have another category for mothers and women. Then we have a category for youth. Then we have ladies or mothers in this community program there. And in Negombo alone, we have a total youth and women base, a volunteer base of about 300.
That's really nice of you.
And then of course in Colombo, our operation is mainly focused right now in the Western Province because of the limitations of resources, right? Because we can't have a macro operation going on right now because resources are very, very limited and restricted. So therefore, we concentrate on the Western Province, and we also network with other associations who has volunteers. So we have associations in Negombo, in Beruwala, in Kalutara, who have joined hands with us. So they run the show for us over there, and we guide them with our mechanism to do the show.
All right, superb actually. So Mr. Jerome, you mentioned that the government authorities are involved in this. So how did they get involved, and what is the support that you're getting from them?
Yeah, so Nipun, like I initially said, when I had this idea and when we initiated it, our question was, how do we do this, because our resources are very limited logistically. So we needed a journey together as a team. So we proposed this to the Honorable Governor of the Western Province when we got this idea 2 years back.
That means 2 years back.
2 years back.
All right.
And then he was very supportive, and he actually grabbed and embraced the concept. And later on, we entered into a MOU with the Ministry of Local Government and Environment of Western Province. So we are running an MOU right now with them, and all the authorities also come under the ministry, like the municipal councils, the local authorities, then also the Waste Management Authority of the Western Province, then also MIPA is playing a role with us as well, because as you know, the oceans belong to the Marine Environment Protection Authority, which is MIPA, and also we get massive support, like I said, from the Sri Lanka Police Environmental Division, and even the Presidential Environmental Division is also involved in this, and all these officers, all these even the ground level officers and the ranking officers, they all are in like a hands-in operation with us on day in, day out. So hats off to them. We work as a really unique and a very powerful team right now. So like I said, we don't want to point fingers at authorities and say they don't do it. But we can obviously lead a project like this and join hands with them to do this,
So
which we do right now.
That's really good news, because the police, mainly the police, is taking hands, with a force, or else with with people like you all. it's really good news to get to know about that.
Of course, yeah. Environmental police is doing a fantastic job right now with us.
So even
And
right
also-
now, I can see a couple of police, from the police
Exactly,
also.
exactly. So
They are here right now.
exactly. You see, so they are the environmental police. So they all join us almost on a daily basis. So these teams, as you see, Nipun, we have the Sri Lanka police teams today also because on
They're
Saturday.
just looking after all the.
Yeah, so on Saturdays, the environmental teams join us always to more than what we do, to add some flavor to it, to add to give us more helping hand. They send their regional teams to the beach to help us in this endeavor.
So and also in the same time, because the volunteers, the civilians,
Exactly.
when the police is involved,
Exactly.
so the volunteers and the civil people will be get kind of a boost when the
Exactly.
police is also getting involved of
Yeah.
the work that they are doing right
Exactly.
now.
So I mean, if you see right now, I mean, if you just take your camera around, you see from the OIC of this facility
All right.
to the regional police teams, they are all present here. I mean, that shows how this project is, that shows how interesting this project is to this nation, and that shows how committed these officers are, because we often have a very bad attitude about police officers, but for those who have that, let me tell you, these guys are an example. These officers are an example to our nation, because they come in the mornings and help us really get their hands dirty in this process.
Even in a day like today, they can stay at home.
Exactly.
And actually, they can rest.
Exactly.
But they are
Yeah.
coming. They are present here.
Exactly.
So yes, Jerome. As I came here, I saw so many FMCG brands and so many multinational companies have branded this place. So just tell me how they have come up to this place and how they have taken hands with you, like so many big companies, private sector. So just tell me.
Yeah, so as you very well saw, Nipun, on the beach, you found many plastic bottles, many single-use sachets, many glass bottles, many used beverage cans. So the corporate actually who uses plastics and these plastic bottles represent the massive representation of all the mega brands, as you quite rightly said, the multinational brands.
Multinational brands.
And also brands from all beverage companies who use plastics, then the single-use sachets, yogurt cups, bottles,
You
liquor
name it,
bottles,
you
you name
have
it, everything is here. So what I say is, there's a massive and a great responsibility that lies on the hands of all these producers, because if they're using plastic-based packaging for their productions on commercial basis for them to sell, they might as well have a mechanism to collect it back, or to help people like us to do the job, because we are in the forefront of this mission. So it's a good question, and I actually want to use this time to invite all the top corporates who are using, all the FMCGs, all the beverage companies. I don't want to actually point fingers and call out brands, but in general, I want to invite them to come join with Clean Ocean Force. And the good thing is, right now,
Do you have people?
yeah,
like
so our voice has been heard to a great extent, and this certain beach, which is known as the most polluted beach in the Western Province, Coca-Cola company, Coca-Cola Beverages Sri Lanka came forward to help us, to fund us for this beach. So which is a good groundbreaking thing we achieved. So I mean, but there are many other brands. So we invite the rest of the people also to maybe to follow the opinion leaders.
at least once a month.
Yeah, no, they can fund us.
Yeah.
They can fund us for the beaches, and then we can remove their brands from these beaches. Of course, it doesn't give them the right to produce more.
Yeah.
We will always fight back and say, do not use plastics, right? But if on a more strategical level, if that cannot be stopped, but they have a responsibility to help people like us, because we have no I mean, need to be under the sun and day in day out to do this, because these are not our trash, but this is our Mother Earth. So
Yes.
we have to leave something for the next generation. These beaches have to be there for generations. So corporates, they have a massive responsibility, Nipun, like you quite rightly said. So we are happy that there are many corporates right now who are working with us, including Coca-Cola, and there are some more corporates who do not want us to tell their names, bring their names over. They want to be secret donors. So we have to respect that. So we invite the rest of the corporates in their levels, maybe other associations to join hands with us, voluntary associations. So there's a massive journey that we can run together. So corporate presence is a must in this program to run forward, because there's much that we can do with our personal funds, because it runs dry. How much can we spend from our own money to do this? So the people have to take responsibility and come forward.
So even right now I can see, from our background, even from your background, from my corner, I can see dairy products, milk packets.
Yeah.
There are so many multinational brands.
Exactly.
Their brand is in this beach.
Exactly.
So it's their kind of a responsibility to help kind of people
because
like yours
my
to take their brand out of this.
Yeah, my theory always is, if they can spend millions on advertising campaigns to sell their products,
why can't they spend a bit
to collect what they put out? Because these end up here because they commercially have gained something out of it. So either you have to run campaigns on media and say, please at least dispose this to this right place. Do you see that? No. So they
don't run campaigns.
They ought to do that. That's my feeling. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. But this is what I feel. They ought to take responsibility.
Exactly. Yeah. Zero. Tell me the other part. How many areas that you all have covered up to now, and the area that we are in right now?
Okay, so like I told you earlier, Nipun, this is the place that we launched our project 2 years back. This was our actually base. This is where Clean Ocean Force was born. So this is where we will fight till the end. But having said that, we always had a dream on a more of a medium term to cover the whole of the Western Province, beaches all of the Western Province. So after 2 years, we have we were able to add on a portfolio of more than 12 massive beaches of the Western Province into our portfolio.
So if you can name it?
Yeah, so we start right from the corner of Porutota, that's in Negombo.
So I think one of the polluted areas.
Very polluted areas. And because that beach is also bordering another river called the Mahawaya. Okay. That also brings Mahawaya, that brings a lot of trash, and of course it's a fisher community, so there are irresponsible disposals over there as well. Starting from there, then we cover the Dungalpitiya, Pamunugam area, also the Keyawa, coming to Preetipura, then Crow Island here, then going to Mount Lavinia, from there to Kalutara South and into Beruela. To the Golden Mile. So it's a long way. So we started very humble with just 3 beaches, and in 2 years we managed to somehow get our dreams, go behind our dreams, and to achieve everything we trusted. But of course, bravo and all credit goes to the whole team, including the governmental authorities, because they really work tirelessly, and also once again Sri Lanka Police. And if you see, there are volunteers coming almost every Saturdays here, helping Clean Ocean Force as well to get this venture going. So yeah, we now cover 12 massive beaches, and we also I want to emphasize that we started the first canal project 2 years ago with MA's group. Right, MA's group initiated the canal strainers. So when I say canal strainers, what you mean is, before the trash falls into the ocean, we make a trap and trap all the trash at the trap before it goes into the ocean and collect it from the source.
Wow, that's really great.
Yeah, so one of it is right now running in the Himala Canal.
Okay.
If you have seen.
Yeah, we have seen that.
Exactly. So that's done by, it was initiated by MA's group, and the daily operation is run through our mechanism. And SLRDC is really giving us a massive support over there, and of course Sri Lanka Police again, and we have people working on a daily basis removing it. And for the last 1 year, if not 1 year, let's say 18 months of operation, totally we have removed from all beaches nearly about a good 140,000 kilos of trash, plastics.
That's really sad. That's not like, in a way it's really, happy to hear, but in a way, in the other hand, it's really sad to hear that.
Yeah, because I mean, if you take into account PET bottles, say 1 kilo of PET bottles is about 38 bottles. So you can do the calculations and see when we collect really 1,000 kilos, it's more than 38,000 to 40,000 bottles. And from this beach alone, we collect about 500 kilos to 800 kilos on a good month.
So I still have this feeling, how a person, after consuming whatever the product they have consumed, how can they, adjust their mind to just leave the product? And that itself, I think, most of the countries like Singapore, Japan, China, most of developed countries are developed from the mindset of the people. But I think, this is my opinion, like I think this is a message from me actually for the people who are watching this. So Mrs. Jerome, once again back to you. There's another important question that I have is, what are y'all doing for the the PET bottles or else the trash that y'all are collecting from all those areas? What are y'all doing for those trash actually?
Yeah, good question. So like I told you initially, we believe in sustainability. So everything that collects here, now you see piles of wooden particles. Of course, these does not harm the ocean.
All right.
But still we collect it because we want to clean the beach. So we dry these things up, and of course we take it to a place just to burn it, right? But the rest of the plastics.
So you're talking about you're burning all those, the wooden particles and all that, which you can burn actually.
Exactly. So it's not harmful to the ocean. So even if it goes back to the ocean, we don't care actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't help. It actually helps the marine ecosystem,
Okay.
But the plastics or the bottles, everything that we collect, as you saw when you entered the facility.
We saw a lot actually. You all have filtered. You all have categorized all that.
Exactly. So we have categorized it to PET bottles, the plastics, the glass, then the yogurt cups, then the used beverage cans. So we sort everything up, and 90%, or if I may say 95%, goes to recycling. So go for recycling, and there are upcyclers as well who use these to create different products. So we promote that as well without this ending up in a landfill. So we give it for upcycling. Some make eco bricks with it, some make little ornaments with it. So there are different things that they use it for. So we promote that kind of thing as well. So you can be rest assured that at least 90% or 95% of what we collect goes for recycling.
Yeah. That's good. Mr. Jerome, so I want to know one thing again. What is your medium term and long term plans, actually goals?
Okay, so Nipun, like I quite rightly said, we always wanted to cover the whole nation, take all the beaches under Clean Ocean Force protection. So, I mean, if you just look at the name, it says Clean Ocean Force. So we are not just another team of volunteers, but we want to consider ourselves as a force. And our tagline is that we are the last line of defense. So when you say the last line of defense, even in a war, there's a front line and a last line. So last line, there's nothing after the last line of defense. So we consider ourselves as the last line. So we will not be defeated. We shall run forward and fight. So our medium term, we want actually to cover all the beaches, polluted beaches and the waterways in the western province of Sri Lanka, because that is where most polluted beaches are found because of urbanization. That is our medium term goal, while our long term goal is actually to be guardians of all the beaches around Sri Lanka, joining hands as the last line of defense.
That's really great of you. So, and also, I just wanted to know just a small advice for the people who are watching.
I know that plastic usage has become a part of daily life, because if you take even the smallest thing right now in the supermarket, it has a little plastic somewhere. Even if you get a paracetamol, it has a component of plastics.
Cover.
Yeah, the cover, you know. I mean, whatever that actually you lay hands, even if you go to supermarket, I don't know why they have to wrap the vegetables with a polythene, but it's all
the shrink wrap.
Yeah, shrink wraps, all polythene, you know. So what my advice is, I mean, if you can't eradicate or if you can't stop using it, stop abusing it. Use it, but don't abuse it. I mean, you can use it, but at least be responsible enough to go and dispose it in a right manner. You know, give it to the trash guys, plastic separator. Don't throw your trash, used trash into drains, because drains come flowing into canals, canals come flowing into rivers, and rivers come flowing into the beautiful Indian Ocean behind us, right? So we all have a responsibilities, even me, even you. That's why I tell all my people, when you go to a supermarket, please do not bring those shopping bags that we call home. Take a couple of reusable bags from home. Very easy, right? I mean,
exactly.
If you can remember, I don't know whether you can remember, I mean, in my childhood, I still can remember my grandmother carrying those bags, what we call the pangmal, or the bags that are made from cane. Right? So I can remember as a child, I go to the Pola. You know, there's a fair in Wattala. I was from Wattala. So there's a church fair. So every Sunday we used to go there, but we used to carry those pangmallas or those cane baskets. So why can't we do this now? Actually, we can make it a trend. You know, we can make it a trend. You know, back again.
So a trend,
yeah.
Pangmal and the cane bag.
Exactly. All the youngsters, you know, you can. As a trend, create a trend. Take the pangmalla and go to the supermarkets and do that. So that's initiative. So initiatives are a must. So my advice is, please take initiatives. Like I took. I don't expect everyone to take initiatives like I do, because people thought I was crazy, right? But take an initiative. Take a bag when you go to a supermarket, and when you use it, I mean, okay, you take your bottles, whatever, use it. Think twice where you dispose it. If you can, just put it in your trunk and bring it back home, and go and put it to a cage in the keels and where the PET bottles are collected. It's very easy, but an initiative. So that's why I say, let's always be a part of the solution and not a part of the pollution. Right? So that's my message, and I hope that the nation from childhood will be educated and given responsibilities, and they will know how important our nature is and what plastics does for the environment and how it pollutes the environment.
That's what mainly Sri Lanka needs, actually, because from the childhood, the parents have to teach their children to not to pollute, actually. Thank you very much, Mr. Jerome.
No problem.
You know, to joining with us. And also a small thing, we would love to, you know, take hands with y'all in the coming forums that y'all have, the coming, you know, programs that y'all have. So as a channel, as individuals, we will be with y'all.
Yeah, because Nipun, that's very important, because we call all you guys, your YouTubers, you know, we call bloggers, the vloggers, you know, opinion leaders to join us, because we need your help to take this story to the mass. You know, I can shout my guts out on a beach, but people have to hear it. So people like you actually can go into these communities through social media, through your channels. So help us, because we are fighting for the same cause here. So you will fight it digitally. I will fight it. I will fight the war in the battle zone. But then, you know, we have to team up in this. So please, by all means, get involved in all our projects and help us to take this story forward. And thank you so much for coming today, taking your time, coming over here and to talk to me and to know about what Clean Ocean Force is doing right now. So on behalf of the team Clean Ocean Force, it's a big thank you to your channel and to all you guys.
And thank you very much for giving your time, your valuable time to, you know, when you're serving to the beaches. So thank you very much for your time allocating for us.
Yeah.
So thanks once again.
No problem, man.
All right.
All right. Cheers.